the Animated Parashá with Micha Animated 2.0. Welcome to version 2.0 of Animated Parashá with Animated Micha. Parasha in Hebrew means a weekly portion of the Bible that we read every week. The Bible is divided into 5 books: Bereshit, Shemot, Vayikra, Bamidbar, Devarim. In total, 54 parashot. And I am Micha. More in Hebrew means teacher. In this version 2.0, you ask me and I try to answer. Let's go to the first parashat, Parashat Bereshit, and your questions.
Micha, how was the world created?
What a wonderful question. Have you ever stopped to think how wonderful this world is? The sky, the sun, the greenery, how it was created. By whom was it created? Our world was created by Hashem, God, in 7 days and through 10 utterances. God said, and it appeared. Unlike humans who cannot create something from nothing. I can only create the computer with little pieces. God can create everything from nothing. This concept is what we say in Hebrew,
Yesh me'ayin.
And God created our world in 7 days. Let's get to your questions.
Micha, ma bara Hashem bayom harishon? What did God create on the first day?
Bayom harishon. On the first day when God created the heavens and the earth, God created the light. He said,
Yehi or.
"Let there be light." And then God separated the light from the darkness. The light works during the day and darkness at night, and thus the first day of creation ended. Next question.
Micha, ma bara Hashem bayom hashini? What did God create on the second day?
Bayom hashini. On the second day, God separated the waters above from the waters below. Yes, the whole world was water, and the throne of Hashem, the king of the universe, floated on the waters. And God decided that he needed to create a sky. In Hebrew,
Shamayim.
which means
Esh umayim.
the sky is made of 2 ingredients, fire and water. Have you ever tried to mix fire and water? It doesn't work. Water extinguishes the fire, or fire is stronger than water. Only God can unite the two, forming the sky. Thus ended the second day of creation.
Micha, ma bara Hashem bayom hashlishi? What did God create on the third day?
Bayom hashlishi. On the third day, God decided that the world cannot be just water. We are not just swimmers, we walk on the land. So God separated the waters and formed the ocean, the sea, and the land appeared. And on the land, God made the trees, the fruits, the wonderful green.
Ma bara Hashem bayom harevi?
Very well. What did God do on the 4th day? On the 4th day, God created the great stars, the sun, and the moon. When God created them, they were the same size, but the moon came to God and said, "Why are there 2 kings of the same size?" God got angry with the moon and said, "You will be smaller." And to console the moon, which was sad, God placed many little stars around it. Tell me, what did you learn from this story? I will consult my university scholars to see what they think about it.
Why didn't the moon have the necessary yeast to grow like the sun? And also, the moon was looking at its friend, thinking that the grass on its friend's side is greener.
The sun and the moon were the same size, and why did the moon become smaller?
Because it didn't grow. The moon hit the earth, and when the moon collided with the earth, a piece came off. That's why the moon is smaller than the sun. I can't say that I'm bigger. I can say that I'll be more than my friend, otherwise I'll shrink in size.
Very
doing well now.
good. Very, very good. Very well. How bad is it to fight? How bad is it to try to be greater than the other? When we try to be greater than the other, we end up being smaller. We should be thankful for our own lights. We all have a light.
Ma bara Hashem bayom hachamishi?
What did God create on the 5th day? On the 5th day, God created the birds and the fish, yes, the sharks, dolphins, the crow, the doves.
Ma bara Hashem bayom hashishi?
What did God create on the 6th day? On the 6th day, God created the animals, like the cows. The mules. How does a mule sound? The goats, the lions, the tigers. In short, all the larger animals. And lastly, God created us, teaching us that we have to be humble. We came last, and we have to be thankful for all creation that came before humans.
Micha, tell me how God created the first man in the world?
Tell. The first man was created from a biscuit. You know how? God made it rain, the earth became mud. God made the shape of man, breathed into his nose, and the neshama, which is the soul, entered, and the first man in the universe appeared called Adam. Do you want to know how his wife was born? From his rib. God put the man to sleep, opened a part of his rib, and brought him the first woman in the world known as Chava. Once Adam and Eve, Adam v'Chava, came into the world, God placed them in the Garden of Eden, the most beautiful garden that could exist, full of fruits and trees. God told them, use everything, except one tree, the tree of wisdom.
It's a that.
On that one, you cannot eat. And then the snake came and sort of tricked Chava, Eve, saying, no problem. If you eat it, you will become clever. You will become as smart as God. Try it. She said, I can't even touch it. Liar. God said not to eat it. Touching is allowed. Then the snake pushed the woman, and when she touched it, nothing happened. The snake said, see? Just as touching it doesn't do anything, eating won't either. She ate and gave it to her husband. Guess who got angry?
God.
He came to Adam and said, where are you? Of course, God knows where he is, but he wants to start a conversation with him, not to frighten him. Did you eat from the fruit of wisdom? Adam said, it wasn't me, it was the woman. Then God went to the woman and said, did you eat from that forbidden tree, the tree of wisdom? She replied, it wasn't me, it was the snake. It was then that God punished the snake, the woman, and the man. It doesn't make sense to blame others for the things we do wrong. Everyone was wrong, starting with the snake. The first snake in the world had legs, and after this incident, it lost its legs. It lost the taste for food. Have you ever noticed that the snake swallows everything whole? Because it has no taste, everything tastes like earth to it. The woman, after this incident, received the punishment of the suffering of pregnancy, the suffering of raising children and educating them. The man received the punishment of hard work, of sweating to earn his livelihood, his daily bread. After that day, Adam and Eve, Adam v'Chava, were expelled from Gan Eden.
Ma barashem bayom hashevi'i.
What did God create on the seventh day? The seventh day is not known as
Uyom hashevi'i.
but rather as Shabbat Kodesh. On that day, God rested and did not create. And that's why we also stop our activities, our work. We sit and rest, contemplate and enjoy the table of Shabbat Kodesh. But one question.
More Micha, I argue a lot with my siblings. What can I do to improve?
My friend, listen to what I'm going to tell you. Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel, they were two brothers, the sons of Adam Harishon. Cain was a farmer, Abel was a shepherd. Cain did not bring the best offering to God, but Abel brought the best of the animals to God. God took Abel's animals and didn't take Cain's. Cain was jealous and killed his brother Abel. See what envy can do to us? How far a human can go because of envy? And see how God our Father is all-merciful, has pity on his children? Hashem waited for 7 generations to pass before punishing Cain for killing his brother Abel. The lesson here is that jealousy and envy are bad characteristics for human beings. It's not worth looking at someone else's life, it's worth looking at our own life. If we do the right things without looking at our friend's path, everything will turn out fine. What a parashah has to teach us. Now, go to the video comments and leave what you learned from the first parashah of the Torah, Parashat Bereshit. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. And here ends the first parashah of version 2.0 of Animated Parashá with Animated Micha. Don't forget to recount the parashah at your home, for your family, and of course at the Shabbat table.
See ya!
The Animated Parashá with Micha Animated 2.0.